Yo, welcome back to Melanin and Murder. I don't know why I said those yos. That was so awkward.
It was very, yo, MTV raps. Yo.
Yo, baby, we back.
And I don't have a voice.
She doesn't have a voice,
but I'm still here.
She's very Toni Braxton.
I'm very like...
I like it.
I'm going to start singing... what do y'all want me to say?
Unbreak My Heart.
But I got you.
You got it, for sure. I think you got this. Wait, don't strain. I don't want you to strain your voice too much. You don't want to give him too much. Oh, that's actually very good. That was actually very good. I'm very surprised. But I'm Monet, and we are back for another week of your dose of melanin and some murder. So, you know how this thing usually goes. You know how we start this shit off right, I guess. I don't know if it's really right, but we gonna be starting it.
It's definitely not what I'm supposed to be doing, obviously, with the state.
You need some honey in that.
Do I promise?
You have some agave?
I have agave. Girl, I've literally had like 8 shots of lemon and honey. If I have any more honey in my body, I'm going to turn into a bee.
Dude, that'd be cute.
A bee for Beyonce.
That would be very cute, though.
No, it would not.
Bees are cute.
I love bees.
We gotta save
the bees. I do. I love
Beyonce is saving the bees.
People be trying to swat the bees and kill the bees, bro. I don't want nobody thinking I'm a nuisance.
Yeah. Oh, you know, one day we just gotta have to switch this out for water. Because, like, will y'all know? Will y'all really know?
I feel like they would.
Probably.
I feel like deep down, I would, my soul wouldn't feel right.
It's done. We took the shot. God dang, you didn't really have to do that.
You know, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
Can we get her some water?
A little loss of voice ain't never stopped this party, okay? I don't know, I really don't know. This happens all the time. This happened ever since high school.
Really?
Yeah, because you know I've always had tonsil problems. I'm good. Oh, thanks, Lil Pierre.
Hey.
See, I mean, that's TV magic.
Lil Pierre, right? That was Lil Pierre on the water.
Lil Pierre on the water.
The magic water.
Yeah, I have tonsil problems. And I was supposed to get my tonsils out.
Yeah.
And ever since high school, when I get a sore throat, like, my voice just goes out.
Oh, man.
I don't know. It's just a weird thing. I kind of like it, though, because I hate my normal voice.
So, it's a little yeah,
it's just a little something
sultry,
different,
a little
you know?
sexy.
I mean, I gave y'all the Toni Braxton, so obviously I'm going to give y'all a little more at the end of the show.
That was pretty good.
It's a little tea. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Oh, shit. I was not expecting that. God damn. Girl. Where is the tea? The honey, the lemon, the syrup.
Y'all, if you just
the Theraflu.
I'm literally crying. I'm actually crying.
Like, damn.
Oh my God. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Let's pray for her vocal cords, y'all.
Pray for y'all. Gonna have to pray for me 2 weeks in a row. Y'all was praying for me last week because I had Jordan heels on.
That was a long time ago.
I didn't have Jordan heels on last week. Imagine somebody listening to this for the first time. Like, this bitch was wearing Jordan heels last week.
No, that's why y'all need to watch our YouTube so you can see what we look like, okay? We're not wearing Jordan heels.
Not in 2021.
No.
In 2003, yes.
But it's okay because a lot of people wear Jordan heels and they probably don't want to admit it. Like, stand in your truth. Stand in your truth. In your truth heels.
In your heels. I'm gonna make this drink.
You see some. Yes, I said her to make this drink.
Okay.
Hey.
Sorry, y'all. I was continuing my Toni Braxton. So yes, go ahead. What happened? I'm gonna make you a drink.
So we are gonna talk about the things that happened this week. Murderous mess with our murderous mix of the week. You know what? I wasn't really into most of the shit that happened this week, if we're being quite honest. Like, none of it really spoke to my soul as far as like good tea, you know? She knows me in real life, guys. Probably because
that was the inside.
Sometimes there's some
good
really
tea
good tea
that we can't like talk about on here.
But we're not gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about the tea that
good tea.
Everybody knows.
Yes.
It's just not as exciting, you know? It's just like when you see something that's just like
a little anticlimactic.
Yeah, you know, after you've seen this, like you'd be like, okay, this is not as great, but whatever. We're gonna work with it. One thing though, just to make you laugh, your girl, because T was talking about her helmet of salvation. She posted a picture yesterday, or I should say the husband, and we're talking about Derek Jackson, posted a picture on his story of his wife on Easter Sunday, and with heart eye emoji, drool emoji, kissy emoji with the heart. Right. And he is fucking lying with them emojis. I'm just letting y'all know. This is the picture.
Make no sense. Oh, she got a nice ankle length.
Somebody said she had a praise dancing dress on, and it definitely looked like she brought it from the praise dancing catalog.
It's definitely
she has access to it. This is what her hair looks like outside of the bonnet.
I told you it's on her Instagram.
I mean, it's like
it's not like she doesn't.
We both have natural hair. Yeah, I know I wear my hair straight a lot. Like, don't judge me. So fuck y'all if you have anything to say about that. Okay, but we both have natural hair. Okay, T wears hers curly. Mine don't curl as perfect as that because I straightened it so much.
Okay, I'm trying to get mine to look like that, but I can't. So.
It's fine. Like, you know, do you? But if you have natural hair, we both have natural hair. You know, there are different styles that could be like super cute. Like, you know, like. Not like we're not like 5 years old. I'm not gonna wear.
Yes, you know.
You'll see. We're gonna put the picture up, and I'll let you be the judge. And you know, hate me if you want. I don't care.
Whatever.
So I thought that was funny because I was like, dude, I know you fucking lied.
Just take his wife, man. That's what I'm saying. At this point, they're trolling. He's trolling for real because he knows people about to eat this shit up, and like he about to hold on to. I mean, apparently he always had fame, but now his wife's.
I never knew of him before this, but like, it's been pretty entertaining.
Like said, I think it was a Shade Room posted. Gorilla Glue Girl is expecting like her 13th child or something.
Yes,
and people were like, okay,
6th child.
Her
same thing.
Well, yeah,
13, 6. Once you get past
6, her 6, and her like husband, boyfriend, or whatever has like 6 of his own or some shit.
Oh wow!
So they literally have like somewhere between 10 to 15 children.
Congratulations! Be fruitful. I think they said be fruitful if you're married, but
I don't know. But everybody was like it was only when they were like, nobody cares anymore.
Nobody cares anymore.
Like
she got her hair unglued. Like. That's it.
And then people was like, so she put up a GoFundMe, but she got enough money to have 6 kids.
She's showing the hell. She had money to have 5 kids before this. So that's that.
There you go.
A story that I did find funny. I must say that I did find funny, sort of, kind of. I mean, it didn't hit like we talked about because if you have shit that hits even better, doesn't taste as good on the tongue, you know. But what happened was the more city girl stuff. So, you know, city girl is Carisha, who is Young Miami, and JT. I don't know JT's real name. But anyway, JT dates Uzi, who we love because we love a little Uzi shoulder.
Shout out to Uzi.
However, and Carisha, our Young Miami, dates Southside from 808 Mafia. They make beats, right?
Okay.
So,
girl, I don't know why I was just thinking about Smiles and South Star. I was like,
no. What was their song?
Fuck. Smiles and South Star.
It was something about like it was a girl singing like.
Yes.
I'm thinking of the Jada Kiss song. I'm thinking of
I know what she is.
Because it kind of sounds like that.
What was their song? Lil Pierre. What was the Smiles?
What is Smiles and South Star song?
Stop talking to me.
Please. God damn it.
Lil Pierre.
Lil Pierre will just.
JT's name is
Shakara Johnson. Yeah, okay, that's
okay, well, how can you gonna tell us JT name, but you're not gonna tell us Smiles and South Star?
What is
song?
Smiles and South Star song? Lateef is on the computer and
intern Lateef.
And we are trying to figure out
we
this
playing
song.
games now.
But anywho,
whatever. Sorry.
They were on live. So JT and Uzi were on live with Young Miami, and Young Miami is like her best friend, right?
Yes.
So I guess they always like banter, like they don't like each other, right? You put search one thing.
Sorry.
It's typing on here. I can only search one thing at a time. I'm so sorry.
We got you.
You are right.
So bossy.
You are correct.
I'm so sorry. Here's your cocktail, man.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, what is happening is, can I have one of these little paper towels?
That's for you.
So,
It's
thank
not a
you.
good one.
No, I'll take this. It's fine. So, what's happening with, oh, this shit is thick. It's like not moving. What is that?
It's chamoy.
Oh, I don't even know what that is. What is chamoy?
It's like a traditional Mexican sauce.
Ah.
It can be made into a syrup, but it's like kind of tangy and sweet. So, common. You don't have to like eat it. It's just a little garnish.
This is so interesting.
Oh
my
make it
God.
into a paste. But yeah, it's kind of tangy and sweet. So like mango nada is a popular Mexican drink, and you can get it as like a slushie, and it's really good. And it's usually mango and chamoy. So I made a take on it with a margarita. So it's a mango chamoy margarita.
This is amazing. Girl, you are so talented.
I literally came up with that in 5 seconds.
What? You don't understand how talented you are.
Oh gosh.
Because you be coming up with this shit last minute, and I always learn something, and these drinks are always so amazing. Like, no, seriously. JT and Uzi was on, I think Uzi was on some shit. Honestly, I be thinking Uzi be on cocaine a lot.
Oh, probably.
From the way he be acting. So he's on live, and they're on live with Young Miami, and I guess they just talk reckless to each other. And he was like, you ain't got to be my friend. Like, I ain't got to be your friend. And he might have I don't know this for sure. Like, I listened to it, honestly. I could only listen to like 2 seconds of the live, and I was out. But I heard some people say he called her a bitch. Like, I don't know if it was like bitch or it was just like bitch. It is Uzi, right. So he could have been like,
it could have been like bitch.
So JT didn't say much. So then they're like, oh, everybody started coming at him. It was just like, don't talk to her like that. And she also was just like, she's like, I could stand up for myself. And plus, like, it wasn't anything serious.
Yeah.
So then JT and Young Miami are like, okay, y'all are making something out of nothing. Like, it wasn't that big of a deal. But then Carisha's baby daddy, who's Southside of 808 Mafia, came in and he was like to Uzi, basically, shut your ass up. Don't talk to my bitch. He said, he called her a bitch like that too, but I guess it's okay if you say my bitch. He said,
it's like when women do it.
Yeah, he's like, don't talk to my bitch. You got your bitch. You stay on your side with your bitch. I got my side with my bitch. I had to stop Offset from robbing you and blah, blah, blah. Like, I went this place with you, that place with you. Like, don't get it twisted. He's like, I'll beat your ass.
Is this before they were famous?
No, this was like this week.
What? No, I mean, like, why is Offset? Why is Offset robbing Lil Uzi?
Child, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what these people get into. This is a lifestyle that I do not want to be any parts of. So, beyond us. This is above our level. So, I don't know. Why niggas that have money and a career would ever want to keep doing shit like that, I have no idea. But he went off on Uzi. Now, people were talking about that. That's not what I found funny. What I found funny was right after that, or I just say a few days ago, or maybe like, when was this? Maybe just, it could be yesterday, honestly, or 2 days ago. Kodak Black has on his story this. Carisha Brownlee. Carisha Brownlee. So Kodak was on live just singing Carisha Brownlee. That is Young Miami's name.
I know, but why?
No damn reason.
For what?
Carisha, I kind of like the song. Carisha Brownlee.
It's got a little ring to it.
Carisha Brownlee. I mean,
they all from Florida. They probably friends, right? I assume everybody from South Florida.
Because only a few months ago he was like in love with JT, and JT was like, I'm just trying to mind my business. Like, if you've seen Kodak, he looks like a fucking rat. Like, honestly,
he does.
Right before like that video
Chihuahua with gold teeth.
There was a video of him like right before he posted that video, literally eating a fish head, and I was like, he looks like something that should be in the wild, eating that fish head. Like,
or what's the animal in Lion King?
A hyena.
A hyena.
He looks like a hyena. Yeah, he really does. Like a
That's gonna be our new tagline.
Under Scar's control.
Yeah, okay? He's a hyena. No, not the good hyena. He's a bad hyena.
Yeah, like, but when Scar, they had no food.
Yes.
And they were like starving.
So we gonna do a split screen for y'all with Kodak Black and his family.
Oh yes, he looks just like him.
Yeah.
That part. So I thought, the guy is kind of slow. It's like, can you really go after, some people you have to pick your battles with, because you're like, do I really need to say something back, or is it like I am retorting to someone that's just not all the way there. And I know I have some friends, y'all, that are just very, don't say that. That's ableist. No. I don't give a fuck. I mean, I'm not trying to be ableist or not, and me saying that definitely means that it was ableist, but at least I can stand in the shit. At least I can stand in my shit.
That's
like, we can't say shit anymore, but I may need to cut all of that out. Anywho,
no, that's nothing.
It's just who you're talking to. Like, is it worth talking to?
Bro,
to
the Poor Horsemen, they was talking about blind people and people in wheelchairs. So we okay.
So okay.
Yeah, we good. Okay. Shout out to the Poor Horsemen podcast.
Look, come at me if you want to. Like, in real life. In real life, though. In real life.
They're not gonna fight.
What do you do?
They're not gonna fight.
What is your heart like in real life?
Nah, like, if you got, like, internet fingers, that's fine. Your internet fingers don't scare me. You're behind a keyboard, like, saying angry things.
That's true.
Like, laying on your air mattress on the floor. Like,
because I have words for days. Guys, we have words for days, but
linguist.
I just think, like, okay, some people you just don't need to respond to because simply they don't know better.
They're ignorant.
They don't know better. For whatever reason, they may not know better, and it's not worth you retorting.
It's not gonna get anywhere. So
Southside definitely still went back at it. Kodak, he was like, Kodak, basically, I'll beat your ass. Don't come at my girl like that. Okay, don't make a song out of my girl's name
on the internet.
Don't make a Carisha Brownlee, even though it's catchy. Don't do it.
The internet will get you into fights. On an episode, I'm gonna tell y'all about how Twitter almost got me beat up. Another time.
We gotta learn that story. Okay, I gotta know that.
It's by a man also, so a little drama.
Shit. Yeah. I'm like, maybe we need to talk about this story.
I mean, that's kind of a true crime story. So
I mean, shit,
I'll tell it next time.
Fuck. Okay. 2 weeks?
Yeah, not next week.
Catch next week? Okay, 2 weeks.
Next.
Now, I thought it was hilarious at that point because I'm like, okay, so anybody says anything about Young Miami, he gonna try to fight them. So then Meg enters the chat. And Meg has recently, I think this was today or yesterday, it was like, so yeah, Young Miami, I was too nervous to say when I was around you, but I'd like to go on a date with you. And then Young Miami is like, yeah, girl, like, let's do it. And so I was just like, is he gonna be mad at that shit? Is he gonna be mad?
Nah, he gonna be like, oh, let me watch though.
Bruh. At this point, I think it's just a troll on him because how many times are you going to respond to this shit? Anywho, that's all I got for this week. Ain't got no mo.
Ain't got no more murderous mess.
Yeah, I'm sure there is more. Honestly, I'm just like, is it worth me spending our time to say that when we can get into the murders? Like, no, we can get into the murders. Murderous mess. Oh, you said that was our new tagline by Tony Braxton.
Tony Braxton made it. It's, yeah.
This drink is delicious. Oh my gosh.
Murder. Sorry. So no, we're gonna actually get into these murders.
Wait, do I go first or you go first?
No, it's my turn to go first. So,
I'm glad you keep track of this because I never do.
It's all in the mental Rolodex. AKA I watched the episode we did last week yesterday.
Hey.
So my story takes place in Las Vegas. 2001.
Mm-hmm.
Before I was wearing Jordan heels, okay?
Yes.
What were we wearing in 2001? Probably butterfly clips.
I know what I was wearing in 2001. Flood pants.
Flood pants. Still halter tops, very much so.
Mm-hmm.
Tube tops. Tube tops. And we were
shopping.
We were shopping at Limited 2. Okay, we're just trying to, we like to make the scene.
I had a Limited 2 card thanks to my aunt.
Oh yeah, she was.
It was awesome.
Listen, if you shopped at Limited 2, actually you were balling. I did not.
Only for Christmas. It was like a reloadable card. Basically, it was a debit card that I thought was a credit card.
579. But wrong phone. Jesus. So, 2001 in Las Vegas, police discovered the body of a young woman. I know. Honestly, I wish we peaked at a different time because I wanted to be a young adult and go to Freaknik.
Nah.
I did.
I wanted to after seeing it on Sister Sister. Did y'all realize that Sister Sister they went to
Freaknik?
And then they met Maya.
Yes.
And they confused Tia with Maya.
That's exactly why I wanted to go to Freaknik. Because they met Maya.
Yeah.
And I was like, that seems fun.
But real Freaknik seemed way more freaky.
It seemed like real wholesome fun. And me.
Definitely seemed wholesome.
As an innocent teenager, I'm like, I definitely want to go there.
Definitely wanted to go to Freaknik. Thanks, Tia Tamara.
Thanks, Tia Tamara. Okay.
I love y'all, for real.
Anyway. The police discover the body of a young woman. It's not funny.
That's not funny.
It's not. Oh, Jesus.
Anytime anybody says it's not funny when it should.
Right, it's not supposed to be.
Then becomes funny.
Right.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not funny. Okay, let me get my news reporter voice on. Yes. The police discovered the body of a young woman in her apartment. And she's laying flat on her stomach with her hands tied behind her back. And she was strangled. And somebody left a ticket stub for the movie What Women Want on her body. So the police are like, okay, are they like toying with us?
What Women Want with, was it Mel Gibson or Tom Cruise? Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks, okay, yeah.
And
we don't like racist as Melly Gibson.
Right. So the police were like, is the killer trying to send us a message? Like, damn, it was Mel Gibson.
Oh shit, it's Mel Gibson.
Piece of shit.
I thought it was Mel Gibson. Okay.
Well, Mel Gibson. And so the police are like stumped and they're like, okay, So they knew that she had relationships with women. They're like, if she's a lesbian, is somebody like some man trying to teach her a lesson? And there was evidence of sexual assault. So they're like, is a man like mad at her and leaving a message like, this is what women should want, or something like that? Right. I mean, that's such a like a man thing. You know what I mean? So, backstory on her. Her name was Tatsi Sanchez. She was an 18-year-old. She was Mexican background. She was going to school out there. She worked as a waitress. And she was like super friendly and outgoing. And one day these two girls named Marcella and Kimberlyn came in. Marcella and Kimberlyn were a couple. They were Mexican as well. And they just moved to Las Vegas. And all three of them, like, they just started talking and they hit it off. They just got along. And Tatsi was like, well, y'all just moved here and y'all need a place to stay. Y'all can move in with me. Like, it's cool.
Oh.
Yeah. No, whatever. That's what people do. No red flags there. So Marcella and Kimberlyn, like I said, they were in a relationship. And then Marcella, who's kind of like the overpowering person, she's the A personality, like she was very controlling. She set her sights on Tatsi, and she's like, let's be together. And Tatsi was like, straight. I've been straight my whole life, but I mean, like, we could see what's up. So she started sleeping with Marcella. Kimberlyn was like, oh, bet. They had been together for 6 years, so like she felt out of place, obviously. So she moved out. But then after a month, Tatsi...
Wait. They were in a relationship
and living
with Kimberlyn. Marcella was with
Kimberlyn for 6 years.
But Marcella started
sleeping with Tatsi.
Tatsi and was like... So Kimberlyn was like, guess I need to get my bags.
Here anymore.
So, how did I go from the passenger side to the trunk?
You did literally. So she left. And then Tatsi started to realize that Marcella was like super controlling and was like always telling her what she could and couldn't do. And so she tried to think of the one person that would understand. So she went to Kimberlyn and was like, hey, is she always like this? Like, what's up? And so Kimberlyn
was like, bitch, you just took my woman. Fuck you.
You would think she would have been like that, but she started feeling sorry for her, and she's like, yeah. And then they started dating, Kimberlyn and Tatsi. So then somehow they ended up all living together again. All three of them, but Tatsi is dating Kimberlyn now. And
this is awkward.
Exactly.
Why are they in the same house?
I don't know. Why they, like, was that the only apartment in Las Vegas? Like,
that rent must have been really
it has
good.
to be, like, really, like free, damn near.
God damn.
So, yeah, like, they're all living together, and it's awkward. And obviously Marcella's mad, but, okay, she pretended like shit was all good.
I'm cool.
Yeah,
I don't care about you.
Like,
I don't care about you guys.
I was dating you, and now you're dating her.
But I was dating her. But I still hit though. I still hit you and you. So
definitely had a nigga. Like,
that's what Marcella was. Yeah.
And so, they both returned home one day to discover. That's how they called the police, to discover Tatsi had been killed. And they had an airtight alibi. They both left the apartment at like 7 a.m. and had been at work all day. They worked together. The police realized that Tatsi's car had been stolen. Like when she was killed, they made it look like a robbery gone wrong. So there was a lot of her stuff was stolen. Her car was stolen. Police put an APB out for her car. Finally found her car, and her car was located just like a half mile from where Marcella and Kimberlyn worked. And so they asked them, and they're like, you don't think that's a little suspicious? And they're like, no. No.
Definitely not.
I have no idea.
It's Vegas. It's a small city.
It's hot. As if it has anything to do with us.
There's not that many people here.
Exactly.
Guys.
Only tourists. So the police, or 911, gets a call from this guy. I forget his name. And he was like, I'm the one that tipped you off on where Tatsi's car was, and I have all the information. So he meets with the police, and he's like, I work with these two guys, Obaid and Luis, and they started going on and on because, you know, people do shit and they can't shut up about it. So they were going on about how they robbed this girl and how they stole her car. And he's like, I think they had something to do with her murder.
Oh, my God.
So the police investigate, and sure enough, they find all of Tatsi's things in Obaid and Luis's apartment. Come to find out, they work with Marcella. Come to find out, Marcella, the lesbian, actually told Luis she would sleep with him if he killed Tatsi and sexually assaulted her, so it could make it look like a man did it. Obviously, like, they would never think she had anything to do with it if it's a rape.
Exactly. That's so fucked up. Like, how do you think about some shit like that?
She's crazy. And he was like, okay. So they did it. And they both, Luis and Obaid, got sentenced to life in prison with, I think, possibility of parole in like 40 years or whatever. Marcella, once they got arrested, she knew her time was coming. So she fled back to Mexico, her home.
Why do we always have stories that align? And we don't talk about the stories? Girl. Yes. Okay.
Oh, okay.
On multiple levels, our stories align.
Damn.
Yeah.
This always happens. See, it's like a twin thing. Yeah. But we're not twins.
It's like...
But we've been friends for a very long time.
But she's a Gemini, so like...
I am.
So like, I take over like the other...
Yes. She's my other half. So many.
Stupid.
It's her.
My bad.
Okay. So Marcella, this is how crazy this bitch was. She fled to Mexico and got a job as a news reporter out there. Literally the most public thing that you can do if you're hiding for committing a conspiracy to commit murder. And so she was that bold, and eventually people were like, this bitch killed somebody. I think like the one on the news. You mean
Marcella on the 5 o'clock news?
Yeah, she's the one that reports the murders. Yeah, she did that shit.
Stop.
So she was eventually arrested by the Mexican police and charged with conspiracy to commit murder. But if you know anything about extradition in Mexico, the Mexican police were not about to let her go back to Nevada, so they refused to extradite her to be tried for, I think she was gonna, like, capital punishment, I think, was on the table, so they were like, no, we're not letting her go. But I think like 20 years later, they eventually charged her, and she was sentenced to 37 years in a Mexican prison.
In Mexican prison.
God damn. She should have took her ass back to Nevada.
She should have went back there, but I mean, she could have died. So 37 years in Mexican prison or the death sentence.
Well, she might have not lasted 37 years in the Mexican prison. Somebody probably would have killed her.
Death sentence or death sentence?
By death sentence. Or death sentence. So that's my Mexican story.
Yo.
And why we're drinking mango chamoy margaritas.
With tahini. And chamoy, a word I've just learned today. Yo, so my story actually has some parallels to your story, but this is a girl from New Orleans.
Oh, wow.
Why do I keep finding New Orleans stories?
Her New Orleans stories be crazy.
No, so this one. This is the story of, it's the death of...
Yeah,
well, I know the girl's name. I don't want to give it away. So I would say,
I can sing Toni Braxton while y'all looking.
Yes. Okay. So the death. It's the story of it's the death of P.J. Jennings. I want to talk about.
Okay.
So the actual. Let's talk about the death of P.J. Jennings. Let's start there. So P.J. was a very nice guy from New Orleans. Probably like, we lived in New Orleans. Could have been one of our friends. He was a very sweet guy, like, had lots of friends. His family loved him. He was very big brother-like. And he always tried to help people when he could. Until he meets Kiana Barnes. Now, Kiana Barnes...
That sounds so familiar.
you probably have heard of this.
Okay.
So Kiana, let's talk about Kiana's life. Kiana grew up in this upper middle class type of situation in New Orleans. Her parents were kind of well off, so they always sent her to private schools, but she wanted to hang out with the hood crowd. We all know those kids, huh?
She light skin?
Kinda.
Creole?
That word doesn't mean anything to me.
I identify as Creole, so.
I mean, my family identifies as Creole. My mom does, but...
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, so you just mean light skin. Because Creole can turn into something that's just associated with colorism. And it's not necessarily the culture.
I know a Barnes family in New Orleans that's Creole, that says they're Creole, so that's why.
You mean just so they are light skin? This is her.
Okay.
So she, Kiana, she had a pretty good childhood, but she decided to have the wrong friends. Mm. So her parents were like, you shouldn't hang out with these girls. But Kiana at 16 was like, fuck y'all, I'm leaving the house, left it. She went to live with her friends, and she enrolled herself into public school. She didn't like the private school. She went to public school. And she went to very bad public schools, too, because that's what she wanted to. I couldn't really find it. But it was just more kind of high schools that had more of a reputation for being in, like, bad neighborhoods, per se. I wouldn't say that because I went to a predominantly black school in our city where we may get, say, like, a bad rap, and it's not necessarily the case. It's literally just people being racist.
Black people.
It's just people being racist and like the racist constructs.
Predominantly black high school in our
city. So. And it's just kind of racial constructs that kind of makes it that way. So of course people don't like it. But anywho, she wanted to hang with a certain crowd. She kept doing that. Sure. She also, after high school, she ended up graduating, but she went to decided to go strip in the city and be a stripper. She was like on Bourbon Street at those clubs. Bourbon. On Bourbon, yeah. And this was like early 2000s. This was probably around like 2001.
Oh, okay.
And one day she met this guy who was an officer, very handsome guy, and they started talking. Eventually they hit it off enough to where they lived together and they were in a relationship. But they eventually got married. However, they had lots of domestic arguments. Didn't quite work out. The guy was a police officer, and he was like, we should just get a divorce, especially because I think these domestic disputes, like sometimes the police have to be called, and this could be really bad for even my career. Like, he was serious about his career. So she was like, cool. I mean, I'm seeing somebody else anyway.
Oh, I already got it.
So who she said she was seeing was this other guy who is PJ Jennings, who's a very sweet guy. Oh. He lives in Algiers, which is right across the river from New Orleans. It's still New Orleans. It's just on the east side across the river.
West
Bank. And is it right? Is it West Bank? They describe it on
Algiers
the east side of the river,
Bank.
But it's the West Bank.
Yeah.
Okay, it's the West Bank. Even though people would be like, it's the east side of the river. No, it's the West Bank. So, PJ was like, this girl, she's going through a lot. Like, you can stay on my couch or whatever. And all of his friends and family just said, like, they had a pretty platonic relationship. Like, they thought she was just a friend. He was letting her stay on the couch. She looks like she was kind of run down. And he said to his family and friends and to his dad, like, yeah, I think she's in a little bit of trouble. I'm just, like, letting her sleep on my couch for a little bit. So they remained friends. She would kind of come and go until one day in 2003, PJ is found dead in his bed with this pillow next to him that had a bullet hole through it. And he seemed very peaceful, so this person must have killed him in his sleep. And they also used the pillow as a silencer. Yes. So they start to kind of dig into this. Detectives talk to the family and to the friends, and they're speaking with the family and friends, and they're like, well, he did stay with this girl Kiana, or this girl Kiana kept coming and going, and the dad was like, he had a girlfriend at that time. Oh. And but Kiana told the dad one day when they came over for dinner, like, she has feelings for PJ. Maybe it's just not being reciprocated or something like that. But the dad was like he says he told PJ, hey, just watch out for this girl. Not only that, when they start digging into who it could be, and the family and friends say, hey, it might be Kiana, the police then say, oh, Kiana, she's already wanted for murder.
What?
Yes. Now let me tell you something about Kiana. Although you've seen those pictures up there, Kiana, when she was younger, very pretty girl. They describe her as she wanted to be a model, but she just kind of had this like rebellious streak. So she was able to get lots of guys during that time. So anywho, after she was with her husband, there was just like a short time period before she met PJ. And right before she met PJ, she was driving. There's this one part of around New Orleans called Irish Bayou. It's like right before you get to Slidell. Yeah. And her car broke down there. So her car broke down at a gas station. This one guy named Jimmy decided to help her out. And Jimmy was like, okay, he was like, you'll be cool. He was like, she was like, I don't have anywhere to stay. Her thing was this damsel in distress thing. I'm always, woe is me. I can't do this. I can't do that. Everything just bad happens to me, bitch. So he was like, okay, no, I'll help you. You can sleep on my couch for tonight. I'll try to fix your car because I actually can fix cars. So Jimmy, it takes him a little bit longer to fix the car, but he ends up fixing the car. But while she's staying on his couch, they end up about 2 weeks in developing more of a sexual relationship, right? So she ends up moving from the couch to his bed, essentially. And they have this relationship, but one night Jimmy goes out with his friends and she calls, and the friend says he called, but she's saying she wants to come to the bar. I guess they get into a little argument. That night, or a day later or a couple days later, one of his friends is like, tries to go pick him up to go to work. He was going to pick him, I guess they usually ride together, and ends up finding Jimmy dead. Jimmy was stabbed multiple times. So bad. It was so many times. I don't want to say the amount because I feel like I'm wrong, but it was multiple times. But I do know that some of them were so bad that it went from one end of his body to the other. So they find his body, and his friends are like, hey, like, you may want to look into this Kiana girl. When they go to look into this Kiana girl, they end up finding her because she was using his cards.
Oh, you dumb.
Yes. She was using his cards. They find her. They arrest her.
Oh, my God.
They book her. She, 2 months later, gives off on a technicality. Because the DA's office, there's a rule that if no charges are brought about you in 60 days, you have to be let go.
Oh.
So they're not sure.
And she was held.
Yeah, so they weren't sure. They don't know how it happened that way. But it was a mistake that happened and she got off. But when she got off, it wasn't so easy just to go pick her up again.
Right.
Because then they could follow her transactions, because I guess she was still using those, or some type of cards. They followed her transactions. And from New Orleans, they saw that she was in Baton Rouge.
Oh, she took a good trip.
Then they saw that she was in Lafayette.
Oh, she took a really good trip.
Then they saw that she was in Lake Charles.
Man, let me find out she was getting
headed to Lake Charles and headed to Lafayette, maybe off of Alexandria, but I ain't finished yet. So you know she was on I-10. I-10. She was sinning on I-10. So
these hoes running around in a frenzy.
A piece of hoes pussy might tempt me. This whole song could be about Kiana, honestly. So
That's gonna be we gonna have to contact Zero so that could be our outro song. Cause I don't want to get sued.
Please don't. But
Zero, we fuck with you.
I mean,
Monet
since high school,
Mo City Dawn at a wedding.
At my wedding.
It was
seriously.
iconic. Okay,
so
we fuck with you.
That's how much.
Right.
But. So you could see she's going down I-10. She goes to Houston. And she stops off in Houston. She's buying in Houston.
Was all on I-10.
Guess what she bought in Houston?
Some at the Galleria.
No, she bought some hair dye. So she was trying to change what her whole vibe,
she
right?
Went blonde.
So where did you think she went from Houston?
Dallas?
No.
She
was trying to get to Mexico.
Oh, she was trying to go to Mexico.
And she gets to Mexico successfully.
Oh, yeah.
She goes to the city that's like 2 hours outside of Mexico City. And she's living in kind of like a roach motel. And
but she's
thinking that nobody will get her. So New Orleans police contacted the U.S. Marshals to help them. And they end up finding her in this hotel. In this random city in Mexico. Yeah. So
don't fuck with the U.S. Marshals.
I'm telling you, they found Kiana. They brought her on a plane back to New Orleans. Jesus. And she was pissed when they brought her back. It was lined with like guys with rifles when she landed. And she was like, I didn't do nothing wrong. I don't know why y'all picking me up. I'm not staying in jail long. That's what the police said. She was like, no, I'm not staying in jail long, so you can book me if you want to. She goes to trial, and although she hadn't been in touch with her family for a long time, she has a well-to-do family. So she had trust that her family, which they did, they paid for the best defense lawyer in New Orleans. And the best defense lawyer in New Orleans got her a plea deal to where for 2 murders at this point, because she was still in the first one, they couldn't get her back. Right. So at this point when she fled, she fled after they started looking for her after
PJ's murder.
So this was for 2 murders. She got a plea deal for 7 years with chance of parole chance of parole after 3. Yes.
What's that lawyer name?
But look,
we might need to.
I don't know what y'all got going on, but whoever that lawyer is,
God,
you go lawyer, because you're good.
Jeez.
But that was fucked up. So then the family was like, the family of PJ was very upset because they were like, you killed, like his brother was like, you killed my brother. How the fuck are you getting off on, like, you can be out in 3 years? That's ridiculous. You killed 2 people. And it escalated every time. Her ex-husband, who was the police officer, was a witness saying that, like, honestly, like, yeah, our stuff got really bad. She tried to shoot me in the head. She had a gun where we got into a dispute one time, and she shot, but it kept missing 6 times.
What the hell, girl?
So everything escalated. So this girl is definitely a murderer, for sure, a killer.
Yeah.
Like, it's in her DNA. Yeah. Like, she doesn't give a fuck. So when they're in when they're in court, she gets off on this, but the judge was upset about the plea deal. The judge was like, I don't think she should get this. So then there's a way that the family could say, we didn't agree to this plea deal. We knew nothing about it. And they were able to shut it down at that point.
Oh.
So they were able to have some say in that. And then she ended up getting charged with 25 years. Still not enough.
Not enough for 2
because
murders.
She was 23 at the time.
Oh,
so yes, exactly.
God damn, she was young.
So she'll be out before she's 50.
Yeah.
Okay, don't come looking for us. I'm sorry.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're just repeating the story many times.
I don't have no feelings about this situation.
No.
We just telling a story.
Just telling a story.
You know, like if we were on Dateline in BC or something.
Yes, this is just like Dateline.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Because that was in 2003?
2003, yeah. And then they caught her in Mexico in 2013. So she was on the run for a while. She got away for quite some time.
She just went to jail.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. No, my bad. I gave away part of the story. So no. In 2003, she got sentenced to 25 years, but she escaped.
Kiana, girl.
She escaped. And she was trying to head back to Mexico. She was a fugitive again, but they found her again in 2013.
Okay, when did she escape?
So she was in prison for about 9 years.
Okay.
She hated it and was like, "Fuck this! I'm getting out of here. I'm too good."
She hated it cause you're not supposed to like prison.
Yes.
Like,
she was like, she escaped at 33.
Oh shit.
So she escaped, but they caught her ass in 2013, and she's back in prison.
she's like. Who made this? Whose idea was this? This is not what I thought it was going to be.
She was like, I transferred to a school like this on purpose.
Right.
I did not want this for my life. I'm now 33 years old. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
I'm leaving. I don't know what you
She was like,
are doing.
my parents are going to give me another lawyer, so...
So she tried to go back to Mexico.
Yes, but they caught her ass before because they were like, we know your shenanigans, Kiana. Little Kiki, we know you. Kiki. We know you, girl.
Are you riding?
So, yeah, she riding already. She was riding for life in prison. No, that is my story, guys.
Oh, my God.
I know.
Crazy.
Kiki is crazy as fuck. Now you know people, and people, like, on the interviews I've seen, they were like, now, we were like, I know this girl not that crazy to be out there using the credit cards while she...
Not stupid. Stupid is the word. Definitely to be using the person's
or
cards
sociopathic, psychopathic.
Yeah.
Like, she was fucking nuts.
Oh, my God. I'm sorry, young PJ.
Like, she would have had such a good life. And PJ seemed like a nice guy.
Yeah, that's sad.
He wasn't into her. He was just trying to help her. But he knew that he knew that she killed that guy. But she told him that he was trying to rape her, so it was self-defense.
See, men out there, all y'all Captain Save-ems out there, you gotta watch out. Mm-hmm. I don't know how much I need to tell y'all. I know a lot of Captain Save-ems that have put themselves in situations.
Yep.
And listen, these hoes be trying to get y'all. I was looking up Smiles in South Star because that shit was kind of...
Yes, please, because we got time. We can talk about it.
I have to.
What's the song?
It's Tell Me. And I still can't hear it. So I have to, like...
So the girl was like, oh no, now I'm thinking, love it when you look at me, baby. No, Wait. It sounds like that shit, though.
That's it. Okay.
Love it when you look at me, baby.
I can't sing right now. I can only sing Toni Braxton.
That was, because that sounded very much so like a Ja Rule and Ashanti song.
It did sound like a Ja Rule and Ashanti song. Okay.
Hey, Smiles in South Star, wherever you are.
Just quickly
on the South Star side.
Crime shows. Have you watched White Boy?
Yes.
You watched? Oh, yes. White Boy is so good.
It is.
How many skulls?
So here's the thing.
Do you give out of 5?
How many skulls do we give White? Is it called White Boy, Rick, or is it just called White Boy? White Boy on Netflix. I give it. Honestly, I probably give it. Have you seen the movie White Boy, Rick?
I haven't seen the movie. No.
Okay, so since I've seen the movie, I probably would give White Boy, although I thought it was entertaining, I'd probably give it like 3.5 skulls and crossbones. Here's why. Because I've seen White Boy Rick the movie, and it seems way more glamorous. And here's the thing. People knew this white boy's name. I felt like the documentary was trying to make it seem like he was just a kid. He wasn't doing that much. And he grew up around these black people, but it wasn't his fault. Like, he got put into this shit because of all these other black people around him. Now, fuck that. No, he had some responsibility that he needed to take. Yeah. You grown enough to deal with drugs. You grown enough to deal with the repercussions, white or black, because black guys would get way more. And I know he did have a harsh sentence handed down on him, and it probably was because he had affiliation to all these black guys. Yeah. That probably is true, and it's fucked up in that sense. But I didn't like how the documentary made it seem like, oh, it could have been different, like trying to paint him in this like white boy light that was unfortunate that he grew up around these black people that got him in there.
you were grown enough to sleep with the biggest drug dealers, the drug kingpin, because you said you weren't the kingpin, the drug kingpin in Detroit's wife.
I feel like they just was more so putting on the police. And yes, after all that shit happened, he had a choice of going back to his privileged white life or going back to the streets, and he went to the streets. Yeah. But I do feel like as a 15-year-old, I felt like the police had more to do with it.
The police were corrupt as fuck.
Yeah, they were that's the fucking police. It's a Baltimore police. Detroit police, excuse me. But if you haven't had a chance to watch it, go watch White Boy, because
that is very good.
It shows some. It's like police corruption in Detroit, and they're like in bed with the drug gang and an actor in an Eddie Murphy movie.
That was very interesting.
Was actually, he played a police officer.
Was it in Police Academy?
Yeah.
No, wait, what was Eddie Murphy in?
Police Academy?
No, it was,
It was something like that. But he played it.
What was it?
48 Hours.
Not 48 Hours, it was another one. Beverly Hills Cop.
Yes. He played the police chief in Beverly Hills Cop, and he was actually the police chief in real life, and he was corrupt.
Yeah. And he was corrupt.
Detroit. So it's like so interesting. So go watch White Boy.
Watch it. Let us know what you think.
Yes.
Do you think White Boy Rick was just a kid who got caught up in the random shits because of his neighborhood and his environment, or do you think that could be true too, but also you made some decisions?
Right, I get that. So we're gonna close this out. Thank y'all for tuning in and listening and hearing my
thank you
voice.
For being here too, T, with your voice. I appreciate
it's
you.
Actually, Tony, it's T Braxton.
Sorry.
Thank you very much.
T is short for Tony.
Yeah. Take back the sad word goodbye.
Her actual real name is Tony.
Bring back the joy to my life.
Yes.
You see how Lil Pierre reacted?
I know. Hater. Damn, is that Lil Pierre? How is that Latif hating right now? Who's hating?
That was Lil Pierre that's hating.
Oh, man.
I was so kind. All right, so we're done. Thank y'all. We'll see you. Well, she might not see you next week because she got
I may
hot girl
not.
things
I
to
may
do.
be here. I may be not because I'm doing hot girl shit. But T may be here, maybe with someone that you also may enjoy. I don't know.
Maybe. And I hopefully have a voice then. So see y'all next week. Thank you. Like and subscribe, people.
Fake Lucchini.
Nah, it's gonna be Mo City Don.